So the second book in the Maximum Ride series is called School's Out Forever. It takes off right where it left off. The book takes off. Ari, Max's like eraser enemy, somehow comes back from the dead, and this time they have wings. So erasers can basically fly, but they look retarded. Like they fly really clumsy. The school must have just like glued them on. So the erasers have wings now. So they're flying after Max and her gang, and they basically have a fight. Fang does get hurt. That leads to the flock going to a hospital. When they're at the hospital, an FBI agent comes in and basically takes them back to her house to live. And it's in the country. It's very remote. It has acres of land for them to fly and have fun. But then she enrolls them in school, actual school, not the lab. So they go to school, and that's interesting. About a good half, or even more than a half of the book, is based on them in school, and it's very interesting to see them there. I guess they cause a lot of problems. It also has Ari's points of view, and it's kind of sad because you have to remember Jeb is his father, and he doesn't have any respect for him, basically. And you have to remember Ari is 7, but he just is morphed so nastily that he looks older, and he is just Anyway, so basically what you pick up from Ari's point of view is that he actually does care about Max. I'm not sure. That's the only creepy part. It's not clear if he's interested in her as a friend just to have, or romantically, which would be really gross because it's gross. Meanwhile, there is a Max 2 in this book, basically a clone of Max, but it's a real person. It just looks and sounds like the real Max. The real Max does get kidnapped, and the fake Max takes her place, and that causes some trouble. This book was kind of disappointing. There really wasn't. Now that once you read and everything, like, it does look thick and everything, but most of it is just detail. I mean, James Patterson he's very good at detail, but there's not that much content. And when I saw that there was that many books in the series, there's a lot. There's a lot more books in the series. I think he's dragging it out too much. Like, there's so much nonsense going on. There's too many descriptions. There's too much, non-important events that happen that just take up space and really doesn't get to the point. I think the next book is the last book where it wraps up the saving the world type of thing. Oh, Fang and Max's relationship does grow a little more. I did enjoy that. I was waiting for that. I'm such a sap. Oh, one of the flock finds their true parents. So that's interesting. I'm not going to say which one, but one of them do find their true parents, and they have to decide whether to stay or to, stay with the flock or go with their real parents. And it's kind of sad. Again, a thing I didn't like about it is the chapters. I was a little more prepared for this one, but the chapters just make me angry. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, is James Patterson likes to have chapters every 2 pages. Watch, I'm going to open it to like maybe here, right? You're in chapter 30. That wouldn't even be like maybe 2 chapters. Not even, like one long chapter. He just likes to have chapters every page, and it's very annoying. There's not that much in this book to talk about. It was kind of disappointing, but it's one of those books where it is a series, and you have to keep persevering, and then the series can be reviewed as a whole. It's not one of those series where there's a best book in the series. There's not enough events for that to happen. The whole climax of this book is at the very end, where Max and the new Max are fighting, and they have to break into this place where all the secrets will be revealed and everything. And before anything can happen, the book ends. So just like last time, the book ends, and then it will be taken up in the next book. And maybe he has a reason for doing this. I mean, it's kind of annoying. I do like this series, so I do like it. I just wish that he would just get on with it, so I wouldn't have to keep on being annoyed. Maybe that's the right word. I'm not really annoyed. I'm just, when you're talking to a person about this book or reviewing it even, there's really not that much to talk about. One book, you're like, oh, which is the best? And I was like, well, there's only one plot thing, going through the whole thing. So, I mean, the book was kind of disappointing. I would think that it would have more substance, but it really didn't. It just had maybe 3 main things going on at all times. So I can't say that this is a really good book because these books can't be reviewed as a book. It has to be reviewed through the whole series. And I know that this is one series, the Maximum Ride novel, and it's called The Fugitives. And I'm guessing that's just one thing. And then it says the next one. It says The Protectors. Maybe that is a new series of a new problem within the series. Maybe that. If you already read the first one, go ahead and pick this up. But I wouldn't see why. I don't know why would you just pick up the second book when you have read the first one. Anyways, but continue it if you like the series. It does go a little farther to depth. It does, but overall, there's not. I mean, it's just basically the same old, same old. But I do like this series. I like the concept. I like how descriptive it is. So, it's an okay book. So, that's my review, and I will see you next time.